Welcome, everyone. It is November 16th, 2022, Wednesday. It is a rainy day here, and I am ready to continue working on Barbara. So, right now we're on day 4, and if you look closely to the layers in the project, there's actually not a lot of layers, or at least it doesn't appear to have a lot of layers. There are a lot of layers, however, but everything is well organized to see if we can expedite the process, streamline it a little bit. And I think today we're gonna start with something complicated. So last stream we colored pretty much everything. There's like a few details missing, but I'm not gonna add them, honestly. I think it's too much work. But we added basically the mood that we want for our piece. So the foreground and the background. It clips a little bit into the piece itself, so it gives a little bit of Wait. Oh, it just oh my god. Really? Alright, let me control. Can I not? Okay, can I move it a little bit like this? I didn't like how close that was. It was feeling a little bit weird. Because this way we can see that it goes behind the hair, but it still goes in front of the shoes. Yeah, it gives us a better understanding. But yeah, I'm gonna disable it for now. Uh, I'll be turning it on whenever someone needs to see it. But to work and to be a little bit less distracting, you know what? I might leave it on, but like reduced opacity, maybe. Yeah, I think that's better. So as you can see, there's like a bunch of layers, all alpha locked, which will facilitate our work a lot. And so we will not work with layer modes just yet. We're gonna leave that to the end. So in here they do say to work with layer modes, but we're gonna adopt a different method for that. So we have lights going all around. We can add a sort of highlight because of, backlight and things like that. That will be just ambient light. The light source would be from above and from here, which means places like these will be the ones most in shade. The light from above will be warm, and this one is pink, which is sort of warm, so shadow will be cold. Right? I want to look at how they did it. They do a warm shadow, however. I could like maybe desaturate it. This is a problem that I have. Like I can definitely, maybe this is better. Yeah, not exaggerate so much. Yeah, it's probably better. So we're gonna try a different approach with this. As you can see, a bit more painterly than normal. Because it's also about experimentation, right? Yeah, I think it's okay. Right. And so from here, it's already hard to have lighting. So most of it will actually be from above. Like there's gonna be a little bit of lighting here, because it could be, albeit the arm will cover most of it, or whatever. But we can leave it. Yeah, so light there, then here, we're gonna need some ambient occlusion, so that, then there. Right. And I think like this is reasonable. So it is a bit different from Kaya's method. But, you know, it's just understanding. I'm just trying to understand how to do it. Yeah. I don't need to be so preoccupied here. No. The more I think about it. So warm light. Even though I'm not using like layer modes, I am going to separate the layers because it's easier for me if I do so. Yeah, this is also something that I want to do, like reduce the opacity of the layer. The line art. Yeah. Maybe something there. Right. Right. So that is setting the proper tone. Shading. Hmm. Just a little bit there. is already a part that takes quite a long time to do, and we're like on the fourth step of 9. So also, I think I didn't mention this, but right before stream started, the computer did crash. So yeah, that still happens every once in a while, and hasn't happened yet. But like any day now, it's gonna remember to crash midstream. So be prepared for that event. So yesterday, I pretty much spent the entire day drawing, and so I was like, oh, my tasks are done for the day. I think I'm gonna rest, but not like rest as in sleep. I'm gonna take a break and then play video games or whatever. And I noticed it was already 10:30 p.m. and I had to go to bed. Lord. I do feel the colors are a bit mushy. Right. I think you can't color correct the group. But if you could, I would do that. It's the entire thing. Unfortunately. Huh. Okay, it does add some volume, but it's gonna need like a lot more for it to work. Definitely. Whatever. This. Upping the contrast. Like make this a little bit better, but it's not necessarily bad. But highlights need to like follow the flow of the hair. Right. Which is definitely a tricky thing to understand. Just make it look softer a little bit. It looks a little bit weird there, but whatever. those lines. From this to this, I don't see a lot of difference. Like there are a few differences, but I don't see anything that's like too significant. So I'm gonna noise RGB shift, sharpen some shadows. This is the hub. So we're gonna do this, and because it's pink, we're gonna like shift it a little bit. I think that'll make it more interesting. Make the lights like that. The most complicated part is like dealing with this. I'll leave it like that. Right. Immediately after that one, we're gonna change the shadows a little bit to increase the impact of that type of lighting. I don't really know like what to call it. I mean, I guess it would be core shadow, but I don't know if that makes complete sense if I'm being honest. Is it saving? Yeah. Okay. Okay, as long as I'm not going just through the motions, I think I'll be fine. needs a certain amount of thought put behind it. You could be completely wrong, and that's okay. But we need to think about it. Like, is this the level of contrast that I want? That's the question. So like every single layer will have a folder for itself. So like in the colors we have the hair folder. So shadows, highlights, ambient occlusion. Well, not highlights, lights, ambient occlusion, highlights. But there's also ambient light, which I haven't put yet. And I should. And that is a blue. Well, actually, I said I was drawing the entire day yesterday, but that's not entirely true. After lunch, I played a little bit of Genshin. And when I mean a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Because I was supposed to like only play an hour, ended up playing almost 3 hours. Like in a sense, it wasn't completely bad for me because there were a few things that I was also like searching for designs and stuff like that, but most of it was wasted time. Yeah. Mm. I think the shading is all wrong. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm thinking nice. No, but I might be thinking too much about this. Let's follow that tutorial. I think the tutorial was best, honestly. Not an airbrush for it, right? Not a big fan of airbrush, but yeah. So it's in front of her, right? There's light behind, there's light in front. Okay. I think it's easier if we start like this and then work our way by carving what we don't need. Yeah, so the arm would cover most of it, so I don't think that would be a good idea. Maybe here a little bit. That's about it, right? Also didn't go like too dark on it. Could have gone a little bit darker, definitely. I even think it makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. There. Okay. Basic. We're gonna do highlight. Hmm. I think the best approach is to like first do this solid occlusion. And then like soften it. Yeah. I'm gonna lie, time's lying. First hour is almost already gone. Jesus. It is very little. I mean, in the investigation sense, I did a lot, but in actual work, not so much. Now that I'm noticing like a big difference is also delineating all these strands. That's also important. It's not bad. Veins. Also, I'm already rewatching Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Like, I like the show so much. But it's one of those things, I've said this before, like in the first few streams, I think. I'm a person that, if possible, avoids watching things when they're blowing up, because there's a lot of echo chambers, there's a lot of criticism, or invalid criticism, that goes while things are blowing up. And I prefer to give it some time so that people, and so the dust can settle down, and when people stop talking about it, that's when I start experiencing those things. Because I'll probably watch Game of Thrones. I know it ended pretty badly, but I still wanna see it, you know? So the thing about Barbara's hair is that it's like incredibly cool. In the illustration itself, it isn't. So we're gonna try and follow that. Okay, I'm liking this approach. Right, it does give it a little bit more texture. It makes the hair much more interesting than just huge blobs of color. Right? Because I think that's what it was missing. To give it a little bit of life. Yeah. There's variation in it, but I was kind of ignoring that part. That's why it felt so soulless. Okay. That's something that I think wasn't in Kaya. But I did make it like Kaya's hair was more detailed, so maybe like I didn't fall into that problem because it was already well set up beforehand. Today, while I was playing Genshin, I finally like met Venti, and he finally outed himself as being Barbados. So I'm gonna be honest, it was a bit anticlimactic. I thought it was gonna be like something more grandiose than that. But at the same time, it's kind of funny that he is the god of Anemo and nobody believes him. It's really funny. And also found Diluc. I'm gonna be honest, Diluc's voice actor is really good. I like him. I think this could work if I follow through with the basic shading. Not the basic shading, but like the shading in general, but I need these lines first. And I just remember that The Walking Dead's final episode might be out. Let me see. I think it's episode 24. I haven't been in that site for a long time. I don't remember the name, so I gotta go by history. Oh. Now that I'm here. Okay. The Walking Dead. No, the episode isn't out yet. Okay, just checking. Because you never know. So I just want to see something real quick. I really like the Jinx and Echo piece that I did. It's gonna be like the only one that I'm gonna do about them. Because like, it was the thing that I was talking about a few days ago. About they're not canon, but in the skin AU they are, so I can use that to my advantage to actually draw them without them being canon. I mean canon in the sense that it could have been a thing, you know. Saving again. Good. gives a lot more volume to the hair. Definitely. I have Twitter open right now, like everybody's freaking out. The missile that landed on Poland. I mean, they're freaking out with good reason, but it's kind of ironic because if there is like nuclear warfare, you're just gonna see people like commenting on it on Twitter. Or something similar, since Twitter's not gonna last for very long anyway. Ugh. When I was sleeping, I was thinking, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna go real quick, and I bet it's like 2-3 a.m. tops, and I'll be back to bed and sleep a little bit more. No. The moment I decided to go to the bathroom was the moment that the alarm went off. It felt like I had slept half a night. Because I'm very sore from the gym from Monday. It is currently Wednesday. So think about that. I didn't go to the gym yesterday just to recuperate a little bit, and I'm still like this. My goodness. You know what? Could even do like something like this. Just to enrich the hair color, right? Just a little bit, not too much. Just to enrich the shadows a little bit. Also, I found out that like Barbara is one of the characters that you can have like guaranteed if you do I think it's something related to a quest. I'm not sure. I didn't read it completely. I just read that like you gain it guaranteed, and I think it's free. So it was her. I think it was Zhang Ling, and I think there was another character involved, but I don't know. Okay, that looks better, I'd say. Right? Highlight, set layer to glow dodge. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna only work with normal mode. In the highlights, hard round brush. Okay, which shapes? You can see I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but at least I know that I'm doing it. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Something like this. With enough confidence, like people will think that you know what you're doing. That's what's important, I guess. Oh. Jeez. Ugh. In a bit, this should be saving automatically, and once it does, I'll make a break. Hello? Okay. I think that's nice. I think it looks nice. But it doesn't make it pop. Hey, yo, people! He showed up right about the time that I was going to take a break. I mean, I can stay, but I need just to stop for a little bit, but I can stay. No breaks allowed. Yeah, if that happens, I'll work like 2 hours instead of 3. It's preferable to take like a 10-minute break, but I can stay here. There's no need to leave. So, how was your day? Were you... Did you study painting? No? Hmm. It's a sad day. My elbow's been pretty bad. Oh shit. Yeah, you had mentioned that you were in a bit of pain. Damn. Okay, just remember, like, don't push yourself too hard. I assume that when you're painting, you're using your entire arm, right? For gesture and things like that. Painting, more drawing and drafting, you are using your whole arm. And that can put a little bit of stress on your elbow. Also, I saw pretty bad at using my whole arm. Yeah, that's the thing that requires a lot of mileage, a lot of practice. But I'm telling you, once it clicks, you won't want anything else. You're gonna think like your wrist is really limited. I had a bad habit where I'd grip harder without noticing. Yeah, yeah. There's this thing where, at least this happens to me, and I've noticed it, and it changed my perspective in some movements. I think I'm going to use my arm traditionally. Yeah, traditionally is easier, definitely. Um, like for instance, when I'm at the gym and I do exercises that require me to grab something with my hands, which is most exercises, right? I tend to pull things with my arms instead of, for instance, an exercise that is uh, working dorsal muscles or lumbar muscles or shoulder. You should be using those instead of your arm. The only thing that you do is put your hand on the weight, and that's it, right? It's like you don't even need to like fully close your hand. It's like it's just put your hand there and use the other muscles. Ignore the arm completely. Like I noticed that recently, and I saw that like the exercises were much harder when done properly. Because I was using like several muscle groups at the same time, so there's a lot more force there. But if I have to work just the lumbar section, it's so much harder, right? And that's also kind of the reason why I'm so sore. Like I went to the gym Monday, I skipped Tuesday, and I'm still sore about it. Ridiculous. Do you feel it's just when doing bench? Yeah. Yeah. Like most people that I see, um, most people that I see at the gym are working out with headphones on. I feel like that's kind of, in general, that's kind of distracting. But like if I exercise with headphones on, I completely ignore what I'm doing. I usually put them on for like running or walking, the cardio parts. But the exercise parts, I need to focus on the muscles that I'm moving so that I remember how to do it properly, like proper form. It's weird to explain. It's like as I'm moving, it's also almost like I'm doing research onto how muscles move, right? I'm exercising and I'm thinking, how does this muscle group or this specific muscle moves? Where is it connected? How does it uh, leverage the bones that it's attached to? If it contracts, what does it pull? If it extends, what it relaxes. I tend to think about that a lot. And I've had people at the gym saying that I look very zen when I'm doing exercise because my mind is thinking about that, not I'm, like I'm looking in a direction, but I'm not seeing what's in that direction. I'm just imagining what the muscles are doing. But yeah. Really funny. But actually today I didn't do anatomy studies yet. I hope I can do them later. Pieces coming together. Yes, it is. Yesterday, so this is like the color folder, and I colored everything and separated everything appropriately, right? And alpha locked everything, so like rendering is gonna be less of a pain in the ass. And basically I did it fairly quickly. I did it like in an hour and a half or so, and I was like, you know what, let's try something. So I reduced the opacity, but like the true opacity is this, right? Like a lot of energy, a lot of contrast. I use that brush that CSP has. Where is it? The Melody brush, to make this without having to draw it. This is really cool. And it's like, this is related to her because she's an idol. I saw an illustration of her. I don't know if I put it here. Yeah, see, like she's an idol. She has an attack that has like a lot of these colors specifically, and I wanted to incorporate that. Now, I either have to like reduce opacity or work without these showing up because it's really distracting. Is there a weapon? So to the left is an artifact that is considered to be the best artifact that she can use, because the weapons are, you can alter the weapons that you use. I think every character has a signature weapon, but it's not like that the signature weapon is the best. Hello! Everyone is showing up in my break. What is happening? Y'all are communicating. Yeah, basically, this artifact allows her to channel magic, and so I wanted to like include it in reference. But it's really weird because it's like magic comes out of her hand, but the artifact needs to be close to her. It's a weird dynamic. So when it comes to the composition, it's like it's there, it's just there. There's not a lot that you can do with it. Like, I'm gonna make it in a way that it's glowing, but it's just there. So people, what game do you think is gonna take Game of the Year award? Eldingaling. Elden Ring. Honestly, I think so too. It is a pretty good game. It's a good game, it's a big game. Honestly, I think between the nominations, it's pretty much a competition between Elden Ring and God of War. But I don't know. Like, I was under the impression God of War was really good, but at the same time, it like just disappeared. Watch a little God of War. It looks alright. Yeah. I also watched it. Let me see. Best game direction. Yeah, Elden Ring is gonna get like a lot of awards. A lot of awards. Narrative. Art direction. Score and music. It's like the biggest problem for me is like, oh, cast your vote. It's like I played none of these games, I think. I said this I said this before you joined today. But it's like I usually experience media after the buzz has subsided, right? Like everybody was crazy about God of War, not God of. What the fuck am I saying? Everybody was crazy about Game of Thrones, right? I didn't watch it, right? And then like it ended the way it ended. Everybody just moved on, and it's like I think I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. Uh, you know, a friend of mine refused to watch Game of Thrones. I mean, it's like with everyone's reactions, it's pretty much guaranteed to have a disappointing finale. But it should be an enjoyable ride. Most of these those games I don't know, so I can't vote. Yeah, true. He held out through all the hype, even before the bad finale. I mean, yeah. I didn't watch. I haven't watched anything from Game of Thrones yet. Like every season, people would be more and more excited about it, and I was just like, I have a bad feeling, you know. I don't know why. It's like I've had my fair share of shows that promise a lot, and for some reason, the last season feels empty. Like Amphibia, the first two seasons were incredible. The third season felt rushed and a bit weird. Like The Walking Dead, I think after like season 3 or something, it's a drag, and that has like 11 seasons, and I'm almost finishing everything. I'm just waiting for the last episode to come out, which is the last episode of the show, by the way. It's not just a season finale, it's a series finale, and then it's going to have 3 movies. So that's interesting. But that's always my problem. It's like everybody's hyped, but it's like just because you're hyped and the show is good right now doesn't mean it's not gonna wet the bed. Because in anime, for instance, there's a good example. Darling in the Franxx. Everybody was hyped about it. The first half was really good. The second half was really weird. Okay, and I don't know what happened But yeah, everybody had the exact same reaction. It was, what the fuck am I watching? It looks like a completely different anime. It had a mecha waifu. I mean, it had mecha waifus from the start, but it had like a mecha Gundam. Or a mecha Gundam. A waifu Gundam. What the fuck, a mecha Gundam? But you know, like, it was so confusing. Um, and there's so many experiences as opposed to human. Yes, the human Gundam. I mean, if you think about it, right? We are piloting a Gundanimal. Um, like, we are piloting a skeleton Gundam with flesh armor. I rest my case. Just gonna pick something here to eat. Remind me. Enjoying the discussion. I mean, you have Animal Gundams. Have you ever seen, like, Power Rangers? I don't know if it's just one season, but there's at least one season where the Megazord is made of animals. You know? There's that. Ah, yeah. Long time ago. Let's go. Only OGs in this chat. But yeah. I mean, there's an episode of Rick and Morty where they make a Voltron parody with the Gotrons, where the robots are gophers, right? And then you have like the Gotron and the Gotron and the Gotron. All right. I think I'm going to continue. 144. Yeah, it was a good break. Let's see. I have a blanket on my legs. Highlight 2. Which is this. We're not using layer modes because I want to try coloring without it. I legitimately don't see that much of a difference between this and this. I don't know if I'm like fucking blind or something, but add noise, RGB shift. That's some bullshit right there. I think these two images are switched. Because there's highlights here that aren't here. Paste line artist. Like, do you see any, like, not any difference, but do you see a significant difference between this one and this one? I don't. Right? It's like, maybe this isn't as vibrant here. But other than that, it's like, bruh, I like vibrant. You know? And it doesn't even make sense. Like, why am I going to tone down here if in here it shows up as brighter? Next one is duller for some reason. This one is duller because I think like you're highlighting with these colors. Link the original. That is a good question because I pretty much copied this from Pinterest. But I see if I can find it. I can. I will link it. There it is. Right? It's like, it's duller, but in the next image, is already more vibrant and has highlights, right? It already has highlights that I think are added here. I think this one comes before this one. Also, it doesn't make any fucking sense if it says "and done." If you're supposed to add noise, RGB shift, and sharpen, this is the last step, right? It's weird. Like, I just noticed this, right? It appears that the order is like this, and you can clearly see it, right? Like base, shadow there, highlight here, then it does this, and then it does this. Bruh. It's not even like reading like this. It's just starting like that, and then, oh, you know, like even for tutorials, I need to like decipher. Jesus. Whatever. At least I'm grateful that the information's there. Ah, okay. I don't care about this step. So let's go to the bottom one. I can't eat color theory, so I don't care about it. You and me both. That's why I'm using a tutorial. Adjustment layers. See, increased saturation. So it's like you increase saturation, then this highlight is completely useless. There's literally no difference. You are making it mild here and making it spicy here. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. What the fuck? My problem is with the adjustment layers. Control U. Yeah, saturation. All right. Oh, Control U. Oh, okay. Okay. So if I do like this, can I do Control U? I cannot. That is interesting. Is there a way to like... Okay, there is. That's weird. Like, it allows me to select everything and do it. But if I do like this and do Control U, it doesn't allow me to do that. Huh. That is weird. Yeah, we can increase the saturation. Ooh, that is interesting. I also know that, like, it needs, okay. I'm gonna need to, like, work this out, because I understand very little of it. I'm gonna cancel. It's not that. What was it? Correction layer. Maybe contrast. I have a hard time distinguishing if it's too much or not, you know? Like in here, it definitely looks faded, but in game, because of bloom and light, it looks much warmer. I think I like it like this. I might adjust it a little bit at the end, but other than that, yeah. Alright. So it only took us an hour and 50 minutes to do the hair. I'm doomed. I mean, to be fair, I had done it once, and I deleted it because I wasn't satisfied. Yeah, almost done. You just need to do. I mean, not as a complicated method, but still, you need to do it for everything else. Oh boy. Okay, here. Does this work? I don't know. Okay, that looks acceptable. But I think this transition is like much softer. So it's like there is a shadow there, but it's hand. The hum. Oh wait, this is everything but the hand. Okay. Cool. Cool. And this hand specifically. At least the hand practice is paying off now. Because I understand the planes a little bit better. there's a little bit there, down here. In here, I'm gonna go a little bit by instinct. By the way, people, have you seen the image that I posted on Twitter? I mean, I've posted a lot of images, but have you seen the latest one? I don't think I've saved it. Holy shit, let me see. Is this image right here? Like, I was, you know, I was thinking about which one of these three I was gonna do, and I asked some friends, and they decided on the first one. Oh my god. It's like I've been having so much fun in like spending like an hour drawing a character and painting it and stuff like that, for at the end to collapse all of the layers and just motion blur it. That Diana and Leona tweet, like, people are really enjoying that one. You have one that's like crisp, you know, not the cleanest in terms of sketch, but overall clean, and then you have Leona. Ah! Oh man, I love these images so much. Oh, definitely. Definitely did. Because they're like super silly, right? I imagine like Leona to be very clumsy, right? Like Diana is more of a Hime type of personality, while Leona is like super clumsy and things like that. And Jinx and Echo are like both crazy in their own way, right? But like after Arcane, like to me Echo is a very interesting character, and I knew that Skin alternative universe, I had to pick both of them, you know. It's just so much fun. Arcane is really good. Like, it has been, what, a year since it came out? And I still listen to the soundtrack on a daily basis. Like, the animation is super good, the music is super good, the writing is phenomenal. Yeah, the season 2 has been confirmed, yeah. But the thing is, like, season 2 is gonna take a lot of time to develop. Honestly, it's like, it was such a good show that, fans don't care about um, waiting, you know? Exactly, like, I can wait. Doesn't matter. Yeah, now that I opened Twitter, I was getting distracted. It's your fault. God damn it. It's all guy's fault. Ugh. I should lighten up her face a little bit more. You ever look through niche movies for references? Ah, man, the thing is, like, imagine having to look through entire movies for references, you know? I just go, like, Pinterest and Google and refine my search. I think, for me, movies are useful for color palettes. Palette, palette, whatever. Like the Joker, the most recent one from Joaquin, not from Joaquin Phoenix, but with Joaquin Phoenix. Um, that one has like a lot of interesting shots with uh like very different lightings, right? Like there's a specific shot that I'm remembering from the movie where there's this greenish light coming from the kitchen, because it's like white incandescent light reflected by the tiling of the kitchen, so it comes out as green. And the living room, which is just next to the kitchen, only has a single light that is very orange, very warm. So you have like an ambient green light, and you have a strong orange light. So it provokes all these types of shadows in, well, it's not Joker, it's Arthur, but in Arthur's face, right? Like, I can look for it. And that's the thing, like, there's a lot of scenes where um, he, um, how can I say this? Like, channels his Joker side, where the lighting is green, right? And so, like, just through lighting, you can see the environment, not the environment, like the ambience of the scene changes a lot. But it's hard to find the specific scene that I'm looking for. So there's like the car scene. I wanted the one where he's at home, but obviously people are not going to focus that much about it. It's like it's one of those shots that you look at that and you just go, yeah, that's gold. I can't find it. Ah. But yeah, it's like really good. But it's like it's similar to things like these, right? Where you have the shot and you have like a color palette and things like that. In that sort of situations, I think it's really good as even color study. It's really good. Oh, that and Blade Runner, the most recent one, the 2049, I think. That actually reminds me. When I was in our the art degree, I started doing something that I would find it weird before, but I think it was essential, which was going to the movies by myself. Right, a lot of people don't like doing that, and I get it, but I thought it was very important. And I still do. I still do think it's very important, like going to the movies by yourself. Um, I watched Blade Runner by myself, and it's like, bro, the experience, Jesus. Oh yeah, what the fuck? Oh, okay, clipping later. There have been a few movies that I've watched alone. It was really good, really good. It's a different experience, you know. Watching with friends and watching alone is a different experience. It's like I did it once because I had like a work to do about movies that are coming to the theaters recently. You know, it was a work that we had to do, and we had to talk about that. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself because I'm not gonna like force anyone to watch a movie just because I have work to do. And it happened that Blade Runner was the movie that I watched that time. It was like really interesting. And I had to watch it like several times after that. It was really good. I'm just gonna say, I watched it in the theaters, so it's kind of like not completely justified, but every other time that I watched the movie, it was pirated. But I didn't watch it in the movies in the theaters first. Yeah. Oh, and there's another movie that like this one I actually didn't watch in the theaters, and it's like the biggest regret of my life. If I died today, I think that would be the biggest regret of my life, was not watching Spider-Verse in theaters. It it was animated Spider-Man, and I was excited, but at the same time I was like, yeah, you know. And then when reviews came out, it was revolutionary, and everyone needed to watch it. And once I realized that I had to watch it, I was completely stumped with works, with projects, with exams. Like there was not a single minute to spare to watch that movie, and I only managed to watch it later. But to counteract that, I ended up doing like two different works about Spider-Verse. So that was something. I think it was like in a cinema class, like cinema analysis or something, and animation. I think in animation I also did like analysis of techniques and how to affect the narrative with animation. It was really interesting. Like Miles being 12 frames per second, but after he finds his footing as a Spider-Man, he becomes 24 frames per second, things like that. You know, the way they use chromatic aberration to blur instead of just using straight up blur to make depth, you know, they use chromatic aberration, and that was like really, really cool. Like that sort of project only happens because you give freedom to the artists. If the artists don't have freedom, you're gonna see it, you know, and it's not necessarily the artist's fault, unfortunately. Like I remember watching something about Max Fleischer doing an animated show. I don't know if it was Superman specifically, but like at the time, I think they gave them a budget of like $1 million or something, which was a lot, you know, counting for inflation. It was a lot, and like the animation was incredible. I'm always impressed with animators, but I could see myself doing it. Seems really good to learn dynamic poses and expression, making things with the natural. Yeah, but it's like you usually um, divide the roles. So there's usually like a very experienced artist making the gesture, right, and the poses and the expressions, and then you have like uh, not so experienced artists um, filling in the gaps of the drawings, because when you do gestures, you leave gaps, right? Making sure things stay solid, even through exaggeration, but making sure it stays solid. People dedicated to the details of the characters to make sure nothing is missing, or if it's missing on purpose, you know. And then you have the cleanup crew, which is a completely it's usually a completely separate studio. So yeah, in that sense, I like Kyoto Animation. I think they have like everything in their studio. Like in betweeners there, cleanup. I think it's everything that is made there. And like, man, like their anime are really good, but Violet Evergarden was something weird, you know? It was so good, but I saw so little people talking about it. Maybe it's because it's like hard to digest, the various messages that the show, you know, sends throughout the episodes. Because, like, after episode 3 or something, each episode is a self-contained story, and then there's like an overarching plot around Violet throughout the show. But every episode is like a small story that allows Violet to understand what love is, right? And it's like, it's such complicated topics. Like, you have a princess that is really young, and it's in an arranged marriage with a prince from another monarchy, right? And the princess doesn't know her mother, and she will become I think she will become a queen once she marries. And her personal aide is the one that she considers a mother, right? And that's like, that is a form of love. And Violet is present throughout that. It's like, it's various ways in which love can be interpreted. And like, through each episode, she is learning a little bit more about it. And the episodes are really, really heavy. Right? I think that's why people are not talking about that. Because in the same breath, Maid Dragon, or Kobayashi, is made by the same studio, but everyone talks about it, right? Because it's cute, it's light, right? At the end of the day, you can watch it. But at the end of the day, you cannot watch Violet. You have to dedicate time to watch Violet. It's really complicated, I'd say. But I don't blame the people. I don't blame the people, like the spectators. I've written about this in college. I've done works about this. You know, what you call it, healing shows. People want that because their lives are already miserable, right? As it stands, most people are living to work, not working to live, right? So once they return home from their work, they still have things to do at home. If they have a family, they have the family to take care of, right? And that takes time and energy. So when they have the little free time to actually see something, it needs to be something easily digestible, easily understandable, and enjoyable, right? And you don't want to go through the motions of something emotionally complex and just complicated stuff. You want something easy, right? Quote unquote easy. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's easy to watch. Because people, at least the way I see it, it's like people are permanently tired. That's the way I see it. And I wrote about that. And then again, anime episodes are really short. True. But I'm telling you, man, Violet might be like 22 minutes an episode, but it's already too much. And it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel rushed, right? But with 22 minutes an episode, um, still, it still manages to be heavy. Yeah, it starts very slow. It starts very slow because it's still like the first three episodes is establishing the world and the supporting characters and Violet as a protagonist, right? And only then does it start her journey. Because I think like episode one, you might hear it. Okay, no, it's 22 episodes. It's 22 minutes an episode. Yeah, it's it takes some time to build the foundation. Like the first time that I tried watching it, I also gave up. Not because it was too much. It's just I thought it was boring at the time. But then I gave it another chance, and I was like mentally prepared for something more complex. It's one of those shows that you need to be in the right mindset, and most people are never in the right mindset because they're too tired. They don't want that. Like that's pretty much what I wrote about. Like I wrote that people are too tired to people are too tired to be going to museums. Like I just this is me putting myself in a working person, you know. Like I just worked for 8 hours for 5 or 6 days this week, right? And I'm going to the museum to wrap my head around complicated artistic interpretations for what purpose, you know? In a sense, like the way things operate in the industrial side of things kind of stifles um, any personal connection to artistic expression. It's just like almost opposites. You need to go to the museum, zoo, and do some sketching. Sketching in the zoo is really fun. I've been meaning to like go there, and but it's like the closest one is has complicated access, so like I need to plan it really well. Oh, I did. Oh, I did it in the sim layer. What you're gonna? I can go to offer supported useless animal facts. Oh, damn. That sounds like an offer. Tour guide. I mean, think about it this way. If the world went to shit right now, people with knowledge about animals, would have an advantage. Right? Just saying, you gotta also look at the bright side of things. I think I'm gonna leave the skin like this. I think it looks good, right? I missed the last 2 minutes. You missed the last 2 minutes. Of what? Like, did it freeze or something? Oh. I was just saying, like, if the world went to shit, you would have an advantage for knowing, uh, you know, detailed information about animals. Albeit, not all of the animals, but, you know, if we ever need, like, detailed information about dinosaurs, you're there. You're our inside guy. By the way, I haven't posted Lisa, neither Kaya yet. I think I'm gonna save them for after the 30-day prompt thing, so that I'm not like bombarding my Twitter and then eventually like running out of things to post unless I do like things daily. I have to like prepare that stuff. Also, I don't know if I'm recording the time lapse for this. I am. Alright. I have Kaya and Barbara's time lapse. And Lisa too. So at least that. Actually quite surprised with how the sand is turning out. Huh. Who thought studying would work? Interesting. I know, right? Giving me the sass this early in the morning, this late in the night for you. Oh, right. I completely forgot about this. Like, yeah. I completely forgot about that. Holy shit. I like thinking about the shapes as I'm going along. And there's like a lot of stuff that I was forgetting about. And I'm trying to think of only dividing through the lines that we have in our hands that separate the muscles. But I can use a darker tone for that. Just trying to get like a good shape here. This part is like really soft. I mean, holy fuck, look at his hand. Albeit here, it does look a little bit weird because of the extra contrast. Yeah. I think this is okay. I just need to like not have so much contrast there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the secret sauce. Because it can like yes. Technically speaking, the line does like that. Whatever. Tell me that isn't a great hand. Doesn't he feel like Good hand. Good sauce. Fuck's sake. No, please. I don't want to do it again. Oh, I found the image. I found it. Look. Small one. I can't zoom in, but this is the image that I was talking about. The kitchen is like green, blue. And then there's like a lamp here that makes everything orange. Right? So there's like a color here, almost black, and then warm. Right? This one seems to be the same. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a very interesting. Like a lot of directors use that to their advantage. And like subconsciously, we start to get familiarized with the plot without fully understanding what's going on yet. That's really good. It's a sort of ease in, right? It's like these small crumbs leave suggestions in our mind. I just gotta name these folders. Skin. This is the hand, right? This is the humble. White fabric. Yeah. I said I was gonna follow like Mugun's tutorial, but I'm not following Mugun's tutorial yet. I think just the implementation of the layer system is good for now. Because like in the tutorial, I'm supposed to start with texture. I'm not adding texture. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna need more later, but for now I'm gonna just focus on this part. It's what I can do right now. Not gonna take a step bigger than my leg. is. Good thing I separated this one. 'Cause, but the hand really looks good, doesn't it? Fuck. This is that sort of thing. Like, I'm not exactly sure how I did it. Because I haven't even been studying painting the hands. I've just been looking at the hands and drawing the volumes. I haven't been painting it. So kinda eyeballing it. Wait, saving. Okay. So I'm gonna work for around like another 15 minutes, and then I'll in stream, because I reckon that like versus you people, I reckon you need to go to sleep eventually. If you understand the form, you can render the form. I guess, but it's like, it's not like I'm good at painting, you know? Like, I study a lot of drawing, but I don't study that much of painting. So I was actually surprised that it came out that way. Happy little accidents. Wait a second, there's the Pixel Bob emote. Where is it? Where is my Pixel Bob? There it is. Happy little accidents. We're just gonna dab a little bit of titanium white. Oh man, the joy of painting. Such a good show. White. What am I doing? Titanium white. Sorry about that. I think we can go a bit darker. I'm taking a little bit of creative liberty here, because this is not exactly the color of the dress. It's like, it's weird. I think it is a bit yellowish because of the lighting. Because if you look here, it looks like the illustrator used like pure white, and I think it's a bit boring when it's like pure white and like pure gray. We can see a little bit of reflection, but still, I don't know. I don't like it that much. So I just make it cream. Don't take that out of context, please. Oh, no. Oh yeah. Oh, that reminds me, dude. There was something on Twitter that like just made me facepalm so much, and like everybody's reaction just made me facepalm so much. Basically, there was this guy. I mean, I say this guy, but it might be a girl. I don't care. But like, there was someone that participated in Bordo episode 275, right? And you know, they were very proud, and they were like saying, "Oh, thanks for letting me participate," and things like that. And then like someone commented that um that person, being as amateurish as they are just giving more work to the pipeline, you know, to the artists, to correct everything. And the artist that helped in the creation of the episode, you know, after all of that, just went and said, well, this account is finished. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna what did he say? He said, I'm going to focus on practicing and come back later in a different account. And I'm just like, first of all, the criticism is terrible, right? Because if you're allowed to participate in that type of production, right? It's not your fault if you give extra work. Is whoever allowed you to join in the first place. You know, that person is the one at fault, not you. And like, going as far as leaving Twitter, or at least leaving that account, it's just like giving power to people that talk like that. That is such a toxic behavior, you know? Like they could have just said, "Oh, uh, like congratulations, but I think you should, um, you know, improve on your skills first, so that it's easier for you to actually keep up with the work." Because from what I understood, like the quality of the work was not enough to actually make it in, so it needed a lot of corrections. But man, if the person was accepted into the pipeline, it's like, at least, you know, let him be part of the pipeline. It's not like his ideas were completely rejected, but you know, you could see like the drawing was not solid and things like that. It's production, exactly. It's like it's production's responsibility. You cannot put that weight on top of the artist. Like, he was just excited to work on an anime, because a lot of studios are doing that. They're like picking up artists from Twitter because they pay a lot less to Twitter artists that are not experienced, and they have like less work to put on the in-house artists. Usually, in this case, it probably means a bit more of work, but you know, it saves money overall. Outsource IT department to India. Hello, your computer is virus. I'm sorry. The first thing that came to mind. I mean, we joke around. We joke around, alright? But I was in multimedia class and we were learning about Arduino. And I shit you not, every single Arduino tutorial was an Indian kid on YouTube teaching that shit. It was incredible. Like, it was either fancy schmancy videos of people trying to pretend, um, trying to pretend that they know a lot, and Indian kids teaching you how to do Arduino. And they go straight to the point. There's no intro, there's nothing, right? They just go like, "Hi, my name is Rajesh, and to do this you and to do that you." That was so fast. Is oh my god. Speaking of superpower, um, we reached 8 billion people recently, at least through estimates. We're not there counting every single one. Or are we? Yeah. 8 billion people. But I think like the overall world population is like the growth rate is declining. So it's still growing, but not as fast as it was once was. Yeah. Which honestly, I think it's a good thing, and I think it's an obvious thing. So it's like, who the fuck wants to have kids nowadays? We can barely take care of ourselves. At least I speak for myself. Like, Jesus. Like, you want to be an illustrator or an animator? Yeah, illustrate or animate these nuts. It's just ridiculous. I think I'm gonna. Do I like that? I think I like it like this. I think this is good. I still don't like the legs. I'm gonna finish the entire piece without liking the legs. But whatever. This is white fabric, right? Yeah. White fabric. Yeah, sleep time. Good night. I'm gonna leave as soon as well. Wheat fabric. Oh, wow. Get him next. Oh yeah, there's gonna be like 50 something characters to draw. Fuck it. Ugh. Right, saving manually. Jesus Christ. Is the file that big? The file is huge. Alright. But we're getting there. We're getting there, gamers. It's gonna be fantastic. But yeah, that's I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for today. On Barbara, at least, because I still have the daily prompt. I have to work on the commission and hand studies. Yeah. But holy shit, this hand, dude. This hand. Look at this hand. With no reference. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this community. But yeah. I guess I'll be leaving as well. I want to thank everyone that joined me today live and everyone that might be watching me on the VOD. Tomorrow there will be more of this. It might be a tough stream because I'm probably going to paint the blue part, and that is a very complex part with a lot of shadows and highlights and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, that was everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow from 9 to 12 a.m. GMT+1. All right, see ya.